crank it up, turn it down, wood hoops. So I brought up a couple things just quick before we all weigh in. I brought up a snare drum with like the classic wood hoops that you find on snares, right? So this is a beautiful Gretsch aluminum snare with their classic wood hoops on it with the sunken tension rods in there. That's like the big chunky, that you'll find typically on snare drums, not usually on toms with the chunky ones. Although there are wood kits out there. And then brought up my tom. I just got a new drum set, everyone.
It's beautiful, by the way.
Thank you. It's a Legacy Mahogany kit, and it's kind of my Levon Helm tribute kit. So I put some wood hoops on it. Now, what he played were big chonkers because basically his rack tom was like a defunct marching snare, like basically, is what he had there. That's what Ludwig was using at the time. These are only about 1 inch, so they're smaller, so they're less. You can get in over top of them a little bit more. I'm going to weigh in on this one real quick. I crank up wood hoops for toms. I turn them down for snare drums.
Okay.
I don't like the chunkiness, the beefiness. I don't like how wide they make snare drums seem. Like a 12-inch snare drum with wood hoop seems like a 14 to me, just because of the girth of it. I have played wood hoops, and it's like seems awesome for the rim click thing. We also have Groovex X clicks, which are those little rim shots designed by Russ Miller. We have those downstairs. They used to have those. Yeah, he also is the designer of those Yamaha click blocks as well. So if you've seen anything that clips on that is like for your cross stick, that's a little rim riser type device, that's him. I recommend those for folks who have 12s for like a nice knock. So I would rather go that way than commit to the full big wood hoops. Also with the snare drum thing, you need a big snare drum stand. A lot of snare drum stands do not work. They don't open up wide enough, and you're like floating on them or something like that. So I'm cranking it up for the toms, turning it down for the snare drum. What do you guys have any experience with it personally, or playing different kits? Or
go ahead.
I'm going to have to take the neutral road again, the Switzerland mode, because I have not had much experience playing on that. Now, I have played on an AOT kit.
Yeah.
Back when they were kind of like, coming out in the Pacific Northwest. And I think I played one in Seattle one time that I'm remembering. But I don't have enough experience playing with it to give you a solid thumbs up or thumbs down.
Yeah.
So I think when I come over and teach every Monday, I'll come a little early and I'll play on your kit for a couple weeks, and then I'll let you know.
You think it's going to be here a couple weeks before I take it home? That's very bold of you.
Well, you might want to get your time in today.
Well, you just offered.
Experience. I want all our teachers to be very experienced, so that means they can take all my stuff, gig all my stuff all the time, whenever they feel like it.
Yeah. Well, we come here to see stuff and try things out. So.
It's true. It's part of it. It's all part of it. I'll just get a couple of Legacy Mahoganies for the studio in there. No big deal. No big deal.
Make that happen, okay?
Okay.
Make that happen.
Absolutely. I'll get right on that.
Sean, experience with wood hoops, thoughts?
I am cranking it up. I think that it adds a classiness to the drum set.
Yeah.
And you don't see them often enough. And I like drums that look different. Not different for the sake of being different.
Sure.
But like, it does add kind of a classy, kind of neat look to it, like vintage style to the drums. I don't know if it enhances or takes away the tone or anything like that. I'm not so worried about that, but I think it looks kind of neat.
Yeah.
But I do like the cross stick on wood hoops on the snare. I've never owned any drums with wooden hoops, but I really do like the cross stick. It's a natural like wood on wood. So I'm going to crank it up. I like wood hoops. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, visual-wise, it always reminds me of like the Revolutionary War and what they would have on a marching snare.
Yeah, it's like
what they would have
drums.
used. Yeah,
absolutely. Really, that looks like a Revolutionary War
For sure.
drum. I think you did an excellent job with putting the wood hoops on. I think it turned out well, and I was really impressed with how it.
Oh yeah, no, I think it's gorgeous to look at.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Really is.
Looks cool. Sounds good.
Cranking it up.
Yeah.